started walking before the
Carrie, do you
before
want
their
to take
music
the
cue.
camera?
Larry, you got a song?
Real quick,
Excuse me.
because
Yes,
we take the
yes,
lens off.
Here come the girls.
A lovely young lady. Well, they started walking before we cued the music. I'm not exactly sure why.
It'll be
What's that?
We'll give you an hour-long massage.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I see it's alright. It's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I see it's alright.
Wait till the music dies down. Thank you, thank you very much. And thank everybody here for joining us in this beautiful day on a beautiful location for a wonderful occasion. The uniting of Scott Quinby and Renee Wolf in marriage. And it is a wonderful occasion because anybody that's known or been with Scott and Renee at any point in time knows that this was a union that was meant to be. Their love, affection, and support for each other is evident at all times. It's never wavering, and it's shared amongst their kids as well. They all share a bond together, and it's really beautiful. We're not here to begin or to witness the beginning of a union. We're here to celebrate and acknowledge formally with the marriage, a union that's existed for 3.5 years since they met. Now I want to say a couple things about marriage and love, but when Renee and Scott asked me to be the minister at their wedding, I was honored, I really was. But Renee asked me to keep it light. She said, apparently she doesn't think I take things seriously. I'm trying to keep things classy, traditional, and still lighthearted. And it occurred to me that I don't have to do anything myself. What I can do is incorporate a Quinby tradition into the ceremony. And I would like then to do the next part of the ceremony in the honored Quinby tradition of speaking in the language of. The language that was handed down from James to Scott, who handed it to me. I can only think as a premonition that I would spring it on him in his wedding decades later. For those of you that don't understand the language of, I will have our dear friend Carrie Steigers here join me up on stage, who will translate for me.
Because I understand it.
And she has the scripts. Mabawabage. Mabawabage, Abiz, Wabit, Probbings, Abbas, Tabagabasaber, Tabagabe.
Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today.
Mabawabage, Babat, Sabak, Babat, Abarabage, Mabin, Babat, Guabin, Babafabin, Abajwabin.
Marriage. That blessed arrangement, that dream within a dream.
Abin, Wabov, Wabu, Wabov. Wabble, Babble, Wabble, Yabu, Fabu, Wabble, Ella, Abers. Sabu, Traba Shaber, Yabu, Wabble.
And love, true love, will follow you forever, so treasure your love.
Scabat, Abin, Robin, Abe, Wabbies, Abis, Abich, Abatabert.
Scott and Renee, please face each other.
Skabat Aben Rabinabe, Haba Rabit Tabin, Saber Abon Balos, Faber Labis, Saber Rabin Mabinabi, Abai Wabo Abishram, Tabu Sabe Daban, Tabu Abit Abataber Naba.
Scott and Renee have written their own vows for this ceremony. I will ask them to say them to each other now.
Rabinabe,
You don't have to say it up.
Yeah.
Staba Habit,
I don't know up, so.
Staba Habit, Aben Sabe Yaber.
Renee, go ahead and say your vows to Scott.
Scott, I give you by promise that from this day forward you will not walk alone. I promise to face the challenges and joys of life together with you as a partner. I promise to love and care for you, hide vegetables in your smoothies so you don't know you're eating something healthy, and give you regular hand massages. I will try in every way to be worthy of your love. I promise above all else to live in truth with you and communicate with you fully and fearlessly. I will be your best friend, kind, mostly patient, and forgiving. I will always respect your decisions even when you insist the GPS directions are wrong. I promise to make every effort to stay up past 8:30. For companionship with someone that is conscious is paramount to a successful relationship. I feel so honored to close this episode.
Skabat Yabu Mabe Sabe Yaber.
Scott, you may say your vows.
All right.
Oh, it's on his iPhone.
Sounds like I got a battery on this thing. Isn't this romantic? My dearest Renee, my dainty flower, my sugar plum, my little unicorn, my snooky wookums, and my dream girl. Thank you for all the love you have shown me. Thank you for taking the time to understand me, for being patient with me, and for accepting me as I am, imperfections and all, however few those may be. Thank you for inviting me into your family. At the ripe old age of 46, I feel blessed to have finally found a true home with you and your kids, soon to be our kids, whom I adore. Since you have shown great wisdom in accepting me as your husband, I promise you these things in return. First, I promise to love and cherish you until the end of my days. If there is such a thing as a soulmate, then surely I have found it in you. For the rest of my life, I will find ways to remind you how special you are to me, whether by buying you flowers from Costco, making the bed for you each morning, or closing the kitchen cabinet doors you mysteriously leave open all the time. I will delight in helping you raise your wonderful children, whom I have already adopted as my own in my heart. Speaking of children, to Lindsay, the elder of my two redheaded stepchildren. You make me so proud with your intelligence, your sound moral compass, your artistic talents, your maturity, and your, shall we say, loquaciousness. I promise to help you continue to grow into the amazing young woman you've already become. I also promise to entertain you routinely with juvenile humor bordering on the inappropriate, sharing that knowing look when I say things like Woody Woodpecker, Lake Titicaca, and Homo erectus. To Connor, the one who shares identically my youthful brunette hair color, I am so proud of the young man you are becoming. As I tell you routinely, you are, plain and simple, just a really good kid. I admire your ambition, your sense of responsibility, your musical talents, your skills on Xbox, and your sense of right and wrong. I promise to guide you as you grow and mature, all the while sharing delightfully juvenile, inappropriate humor with you, seeing funny things like peacock, dick butkus, and penal system. To Ryan, my younger redheaded stepchild, you make me so proud with your generosity, your openly loving nature, your sweetness, your good speech, your creativity, and your thoughtfulness. I love you for being such a wonderful, albeit somewhat messy, young man. And I look forward to helping you become the best Ryan you can be. All the while, I promise to entertain you with deliciously juvenile, inappropriate humor when I say things like blue-footed booby, Albert Pujols, and dump truck. Now back to you, my little kumquat. Renee, I look forward to enjoying life's journey together through the proverbial thick and thin, hand in hand, with iPhones in our free hands as references for checking one another's grammar, with a trusty GPS on our marital dashboard to guide us in harmony through the lands of mystery and adventure that lie before us. I love you with all my heart, and I can't wait to call you my wife.
Very nice. We are at the Declaration of Intent part of the ceremony. Not wanting to risk giving anybody a reason to challenge the validity of this ceremony. I'm not doing this enough. Don't have a heart attack, Jane. Scott and Renee, please reply, I do. If you agree with me, I'll present to you. Renee, do you take Scott to be your lawfully wedded husband, to love, cherish, honor, and hold, with sickness and health until death do you part? Scott, do you take Renee to be your lawfully wedded wife, to love, honor, cherish, and hold, through sickness and health until death do you part?
I do.
To commemorate this union, you may now exchange rings. The circle formed by each ring symbolizes your eternal love and commitment to one another. Let these rings remind you always of that love and of the promises that you have made here on this day. Renee, repeat after me as you place this ring on Scott's finger. I, Renee, give you, Scott, this ring
I, Renee, give you Scott this ring
as an eternal symbol of my love and commitment to you.
as an eternal symbol of my love and commitment to you.
With this ring, I be wed.
With this ring, I be wed.
We all swell up in the heat.
Scott, repeat after me as you place this on Renee's finger. I, Scott, give you, Renee, this ring
I, Scott, give you, Renee, this ring
as an eternal symbol of my love and commitment to you.
as an eternal symbol of my love and commitment to you.
With this ring, I be wed.
With this ring, I be wed.
They can't put your finger there like you're helping, Scott.
Hold on. No, it's
almost
fine.
Let's get there.
It's just getting it. It's just
Things
They're
are
gonna
hard.
come off.
hold that one.
Thank you.
There it goes.
Got it. There it
I
is.
forgot the Vaseline.
By the power vested in me by the state of Florida and American Marriage Ministries, I now pronounce you man and wife. Yabu Mabe Kabis Baba Barai.
Oh, kiss the bride.
Mabai Kaba Zaben Tabu Yabu Mabastaber Aben Mabastabis Rabinabi or Stabat Aben Rabinabi Quavin Bobby.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Scott and Renee Quinby.
Wait for the music.
Wait for the music. Oh, here.
Something in the way she attracts me. Something in the way